welcome to another today matter wey we wan talk for this program wey we dey call I Can Shout. We thank una for all the comments wey una dey send us for message, for DM. We just wan say thank you. We dey hear all una contribution as una dey add join for the program, all the topic wey we dey talk. So make una dey send am dey come. We dey read all of them. So some of those things wey una dey send us message about, we go even come dey even go back make we dey talk more about those topic, as we know say those ones na una dey do jigi about. So today we get another interesting topic wey be say that one na something wey every husband and every wife, I sure say they dey think am even before they marry, and when they don enter the market now, if e no be as e be, na wahala. So the topic wey we wan talk today be say, if your husband or your wife no come sabi to sex or to do your body jigi make e dey totori you, you go leave am or you go dey there, or you go waka go outside make you go see as you wan take cool your body down. So today I get my brother Eddie. Eddie, na the matter wey we dey today, make we see the kind market wey some people don buy.
Na serious topic.
Yeah. So how you see am? How you see that?
Na serious palava, you know. But the one thing we go first ask, we say, before you enter the market, the marriage arrangement, they not sample first. Because some go through religious. My pastor say, meanwhile, maybe na babe wey they don't wound tire. You not gonna get stamina again to do again. The man won't do. Woman say, I don't get the power because you don't do. By the time we come be born again, and you won't come hustle and me do. So wahala dey inside plenty if we won't enter the matter well.
Yeah, but okay. The thing is say, true. Then another matter where maybe we go even talk for this episode. Some people wey for church say, make you no go sleep with the person or till you marry am. But e come be like say the market wey you wan buy, you no test am, you no sample am. If you come carry am reach house, come see say e get as e be, you go tell pastor, abi you come go return am say dem no dey return that kind market. So how we wan come, how if na me, I don't even understand again, because first of all, some people now say something go don't come do, you know. Now some people na missionary style, now only that one do am make you waka.
Yes.
Now with this our small young girls these days, the kind style where they give scissors, everything, carry your leg, go put am for up, bring am come from the kingdom come. If the man don't go try that one for outside, come say, oh, now that kind of style want make him wife wey don enter menopause, wife wey don be say don born 5 children, 6 children, but no strong again.
Na so.
How that side wan be? Besides that, you know say some men now money make the women marry them. They know say that department the man no hold inside. So now when you dey follow am, they bring money, everything, your eye and the money you just dey look. Now you don't marry, you don't enter house. Come be say, how far, bros? Yes, it be.
That the thing it did big to discuss a vast well, because one, like you talk say about money now. Nowadays a lot of men they go join call for one reason or the other to get money. Meanwhile, some of them don't dedicate their bamboo side to the court. See, they don't go touch a woman. If they touch, they don't go do this one. So women go, they see money. When you can't see money finish, you're gonna say, money can't be useless. And when we follow our traditional culture, see they go do traditional marriage. Woman who they traditionally marry, you're not supposed to sleep up and down. Now wahala go enter, fight. So most women or men not fit stay married. Then on the man side, if you can't see, because woman way they give sex, na him bad pass for marriage. Na him be the worst thing. Say okay, you marry wife, you won't touch her. He say don't touch me, I don't tire, or I don't want to. Fight go come because of that momo there. Now they take marry you first and foremost. Now two things that take marry woman, but more wounding one, two now how the woman they cook, then manners and her loyalty and all that stuff, and then the package. But that wound inside, woman enter marriage, they can play for the man. Church not office settle am. Any pastor way near they say, let's look. The pastor will receive slap. That's not what they talk to.
But okay, the thing is say, okay, if na say no be the woman fault, right? Say okay, I don't know why you no go even be in fault. Say okay, the woman no sabi as the man wants. You know, they teach. I mean, I said they'll go buy blue film. I mean, which one? They teach sex. When I say as they do for body.
The problem, if we talk about our own culture, our people, some of them don't want to learn. If you look at even like Oyibo now, Black American or the Oyibo, they go teach each other. Do like this, do like this. Oh yeah, thank you, baby. Oh he.
I bet that's like the woman will bring another man, say make him wife, make him see, make the shrine.
Make them shrine.
You see another problem we dey for there. We say if the man don't taste some kind thing, okay, some men now, they not go mind make their girlfriend wait for outside. They go say, oh no, the girl go say you must give me head. The man go put head there, die there, like say if they do dry cleaning for that side. Make it reach inside house, make your wife just mention that kind of waka come off from mouth. He go say, don't spoil, who taught you, where did you go? Waiting on that. Instead of want to pleasure wife for house, no, he go say make you go pleasure girl for outside.
But that one, anybody they wash, sometimes they call wash plate. Any man way is a bit wash plate, that full package. But most of our women, because of circumcision, they like them or they are not used to it. Now the swimming pool type, now they just have the man, just put cloth, jump back. You don't swim like tortoise way. Water dry leaf. I say that on a savio. But some babes they will come see man where sabi doing like this. Wahala don't come. They won't go do juju, take hold the man, change the man leg against bed.
So my people, now the matter now with you, we will come back. Make we go still talk more on this matter because solution must dey. Make una even send us message sef for the number wey dey show for our screen, and also make una DM us and send WhatsApp and Instagram or Facebook. We go come back to una soon. Una welcome back, my people. So now this matter wey we dey talk today be say if your husband or your wife no come like you, no come dey enjoy sex with am as e dey take dey do am for you, you no dey totori your body again. Wetin you wan do? You know say Eddie, some men now when they start to take high blood pressure medicine, you know na there wahala dey start. Because now the blood pressure medicine no be only hard to dey go work for the matter, they go work for that department.
Na so.
How to come calm that one down to wake am na wahala sometimes. You know, so how the man want take, how they want to manage the matter?
Sex matter na technique. That they take the approach am, you understand? If you're down below not the field work, you use your tongue. It's as easy as ABC. But our men, because of tradition and because of things what they do for body, they will say to fiakwa, how you go do this kind of thing?
Yeah.
But I don't want to give you a sex lecture. The thing not be that side, they don't be where the way they na small this woman wey dey see so the way man be, na so woman be, but woman only small. Na that one you dey touch. But our men dey just do this is I say na mama sabi.
But wait, I see, like for this place where we dey, so this America where we dey. When it come to Akata, say Akata wey hold your paper put for work, say you come and do this work or you are on your own. You no give Akata head, no be wahala be that one.
Some of them that make the police matter the entire inside now. Now that they go call you the MF. You see, this MF will come from jungle, don't know nothing. You know, just come here. You are raping me. Now the word we go hear me that too.
That one another department, another one.
No, I don't. Let me tell you, I don't. One of my friend, he carry Igbo babe. He do finish, they just go. Now he do swimming pool. You say, you just raped me. I said, no, but we're friends now. We just had sex for the first time. He said, no, you didn't do what will harass me. I wasn't, I didn't have the orgasm and all this stuff. You came, I didn't never came. You see why?
Now you the one now.
Now you the one. So sex different because some women they now, if they never come, they never start sex. Be that.
But now only a selfish man. Now he go satisfy himself finish, carry body get up, which a lot of men they do for, especially Nigerian men. They don't care whether their wife or their girlfriend don't satisfy. As long as they don't satisfy, they don't come and their baby. Take it easy, I'm tired. Give me some time. The time when you they jump up and down like small frog for there, you know say now give me some time and you know go no say you go first please the woman first.
Right.
Make sure say she do okay before you go say okay, the final frontier.
Well, that's where problem is. Some just they just make they just jump back. Come water come up for body, their body don't come down. But the other person will say, what did happen now? But on another ground, our women they don't sabi complain. They go, so far money don't exchange hand. Baby take some go buy this one, but they don't sweet her. But that's where that's why cheating come common for our place now.
Exactly.
Because
even among the women.
Yes.
Because when they see the boy or that person will give them better filing, fight that Congo where China. The husband and every day they go there period.
Yes, now because the husband go there to give her money. It's not about money. What they see so. Before you go see woman, where we say you hold the husband where. You don't let anything happen. Now what can the husband they do to her?
I say sometimes you go see some kind of women, in fact their face go strong where everything go. They wonder the man go fine like this. Waiting this man, no be juju. The juju na for there. You see as God, that na where woman power dey.
Yes.
God put am for under.
Yes.
So as we sit down, now we control am.
That's true.
You know?
That's
and that thing don cause wahala. No be today for people
from generation.
So the thing is say I go suggest to no be say everybody get your own way they do. If your husband or your wife no sabi do the thing, you go find video. You go ask your people say how far. No be say when you go dey test am for another place, go dey learn the thing wey you learn for outside, come enter inside house. No, they get video where you go fit go look. They go dey call sex education. They get sex therapists. Then are people where they teach you the matter, how you go take do. In fact, these days, I don't hear say for London, they get the one that they call yoni massage. Where women they go, where they torture them. That one, not say when I go do that one, because husband no dey inside that one or boyfriend. To me, you go do yoni massage, or another man they touch you one way, the other way, body, and you get husband, na cheat, you don't cheat be that one. Instead, make your husband go learn that thing. Or make your wife go learn the style where you know say that this style they work for you. You go tell them the place where they do you totori. You go tell your wife or your husband say now this side you like to me like this so that everybody might go sweet for marriage. Because sex na important. In fact, na like my brother said, sex and food. Another thing may God go provide money. Now the thing
one food don't the money dey.
If that garri with salt, but about mine sweet. Mine when no sweet, they feel they said to concentrate.
Nah, true.
So my people would like to hear what you wanna experience. Those of una we get that issue, we don't have that issue before. When I leave the game, I mean when I say to your 10 to Israel, maybe you go find the person who go they do you as you want. Until next time, now me, your girl Bridget, and my brother here.
Mediocre.
Alright, till next time. We go see you now. Bye bye.